Well guys, good afternoon and happy, what is today? Friday to all of our sunshiny faces. So I am back in the bathroom to share with you guys what got done today. If you guys can see down here, we have got a bathtub in, and most of the bathroom is all drywall. The ceiling is, and I guess this part is, but not this part, because and I just noticed this down here too. These little like things, well, I guess actually all this plumbing that's down here, we had had that replaced by someone that like we kind of knew, and they were a plumber, and they had initially told my dad one thing, and then they ended up replacing it with PVC, which it is the water, like the water that comes into the drain, which it normally is almost always copper because it can hold the pressure really well. Well, that's the problem, is that it's not holding the pressure very well and it's actually leaking. So that was another new thing that we found today, was that they were like, we have to replace this because, you know, like you can leave it if you want, but obviously it's already leaking. And in addition to that too, like you're gonna have more problems down the line, especially if we put in new drywall, like it's just gonna leak into the drywall again. So we have to get that replaced. And my dad had the issue yesterday with the electric, and he replaced that because we'd found out, again too, this was like kind of our fault-ish, but the thing was that under the sink they never had their own shut-off valves in the toilet, so you couldn't turn the water off directly from under the sink like you're supposed to, I believe. So like if something starts overflowing, you can turn the water off from there, or if there's some type of like something spewing water out, or I don't know, whatever, like a handle breaks, which is what happens, which is why we replaced it, was because we had a handle on our bathroom sink and it actually broke off in the on position. And so for like, I don't know, half an hour or something like that, me and Matthew were here and my parents both weren't here, so we were just bailing water out of the sink straight into the toilet so that it didn't overflow, because the water was coming out too fast and was able to actually go down the drain. So we just had to keep getting water out of the sink and into the toilet. So like I said, that was fun when that happened, but after that was when we got that stuff replaced, and again, turned out to not be the correct thing. Although we did get the little shutoff valves put in. So again, everything else in here has been kind of moving along smoothly. Other than that, that was kind of our bad. The wire and electric stuff that we discovered when they pulled the drywall out, and the exposed wire, we knew nothing about. It had nothing to do with it or anything like that. But ended up again finding out that there was no pipe in the wall, which is major like fire hazard concern and all that kind of stuff. So it's a good thing that we found it when we did, and like I said too, with this kind of thing as well. But again, it's another thing that they actually got everything done that they had planned to today, which I think was to get the drywall done and to get the tub installed, which they did. And then the only reason I think that this didn't get, the drywall over here didn't get installed, was because they're going to replace that, which isn't actually going to be that much more money. And eventually they're probably going to be the people that we hire to just redo the rest of our plumbing in the whole house, because it seems like it's actually not going to be probably that bad of a price, and better overall for just the house, because it's clearly, we have been able to tell us that a good portion of the stuff in this house has kind of been hack job work, and has just not been done properly. So like even to under our kitchen sink, we had somebody replace that a handful of years ago, and they're like, oh yeah, well the way that this is supposed to be, like, because you're supposed to have like air in your pipes and stuff like that too, and proper ventilation and stuff. They didn't do that properly under the kitchen sink, so when we had somebody come and do that, they had to replace that correctly. We've just found that there's been a whole ton of stuff with the plumbing, with the electric, everything in this house has not been done properly. And it's not like the house is like super old either. It was built in the 50s, so like I think probably around that time. So it's not like it's you know, some like 1800s house and like, oh yeah, that's why, you know. No, it's just like, it seems like it was a quick build, and a lot of this stuff was kind of compromised, I guess, a little bit. But the good thing is that we're doing everything right the right way. So I'm gonna get in the shower and get to bed. Well, I'm not getting in the shower, guys. I already took a shower today, actually. So everybody has kind of been bathing themselves in the slop tub these last 2 days, because everybody has been doing so much work outside. My dad has actually been working where, you know, his actual work hasn't been no air conditioning. So he's been inside of a building with no air conditioning, 95 degrees this week, you know. So he comes home and he is, you know, smelling a little, a little funky, and he needs to, you know, get himself cleaned up. And he's like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna kind of wash myself in the slop tub. So that's what I kind of did today as well, and it worked out. The only thing was I got out and then I was like, I'm freezing cold. I went in my room, fell asleep in my bed, and it's been like 3 hours later, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to actually go to real bed and brush my teeth and like actually turn the lights off and go to bed. So anyways, I will see you guys though in tomorrow's vlog with hopefully another update. But if you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.